get you out of here ASAP.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bexar County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court plea and motion to revoke probation docket. Today is Thursday, the 17th of June, 2021. It's approximately 10:30 a.m. in the morning. The first case we're going to take up is clause 632384, titled State of Texas versus Ernest Medina. This is a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. Track 1, I'm guessing. Is it track 1 state?
Judge, I believe it's track 2. Just kidding, track 1.
That's right.
Trial
It should be
intervention
track 1.
plea and probation agreement. Representing the state is going to be Miss Alexis O'Connor. Representing the defense is Mr. Charles Peters. First document I need Mr. Medina, Mr. Peters to identify the signatures on is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. Mr. Medina, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Hey, thanks. And Mr. Peters, as attorney for Mr. Medina, is your signature on this document?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Medina, the next document I'm identifying your signature exclusively on is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions that purports to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, sir, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Thank you. By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney, Mr. Peters. So in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. As attorney for Mr. Medina, have you had enough time to go over this case with him, and in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Medina, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
And Mr. Peters, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Medina, clause 632384 to the charge of assault, bodily injury, family. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
No contest. The court
No
accepts.
contest.
Thank you. The court accepts your plea of no contest, holds it in abeyance, places you on 1 year, Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial intervention probation, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service. Are we doing, let's see, let me read your list here. Because we are not making a conviction at this time, state, I don't think you can order an affirmative finding of family violence.
Right, Judge. Could you hold it in abeyance?
Yeah, we have to hold that in abeyance, no problem. Or do you have no contact with Lori Medina? Is this a wife or a girlfriend? Who are we talking about, Mr. Peters?
Ex-wife, Judge. Their divorce has been completed.
All right, so do they have children?
No.
All right, so there's no real reason for them to talk, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Medina, don't talk. BIPP, which is the Family Violence Intervention course, APSE, which is a stress management course, comply with all requests of the Bexar County Veterans Justice Officer and the VA for treatment and completion of VTC. Issue judges bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. State, what did I miss?
You got it all, Judge.
Defense, what did I miss?
I think you got it all, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Medina, now I'm looking at a document entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney and the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the requirements and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Peters, as attorney for Mr. Medina, is this your signature also on this document?
Yes, Judge.
And I have a signature of a Nicholas Maru, who alleges to be an assistant criminal district attorney. Ms. O'Connor, would that be your trial partner?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hey, Mr. Medina, what'd you do in the military, sir?
I was a track mechanic and a cook.
Did you go to the war?
I sure did, Your Honor. 2009,
Iraq or
2010.
Afghanistan or both?
I was in Iraq.
What year were you there?
2009, 2010.
Okay. Thanks for your service, sir. Now, Mr. Medina is the gentleman that had an opportunity to be a long-haul truck driver. Is that correct, Mr. Peters?
Yes, Judge.
And he's put that on hold in order to be able to participate in the Veterans Treatment Corps. Is that true?
That's correct, Judge.
Mr. Medina, is that going to be a problem for you?
No, Your Honor. I'll make it work.
If you need an in-town job, but you need to talk to Josh, he's got his finger on the trigger on all kinds of job opportunities. Primarily, Major General Bergner runs the Goodwill Industries as the chief operating officer, and he always finds jobs for our guys if we need them. So feel free to call Josh. Josh is online with us now if you need an in-town job. And when you get out of the VTC, you can become a long-haul truck driver. Actually, one of my buddies is a long-haul truck driver, and he loves it. You know, wives and kids don't love it, but he loves it, that kind of thing. So that's the way it is. All right, so welcome to the VTC, Mr. Medina. Thanks for your service. Thank you, Mr. Peters. Ron, do you need to jump in here somewhere?
No, Judge, I'll give him a call.
All right. Ron Moore on our staff is going to give you a call, Mr. Medina, and coordinate all the things you need to do to get in touch with your probation officer, et cetera, et cetera. If you have any problems or questions, we're open 24 hours a day. Call us anytime. Okay? Thank you,
Yes, Your
sir.
Honor. Thank you. Thank
Y'all
you.
dismissed. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Corley, are you ready to go forward on 618-100 State of Texas versus Stephanie Acosta?
I am, Your Honor.
All righty. Once again, 618-100 State of Texas versus Stephanie Acosta. This is a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Representing the state once again is Ms. Alexis O'Connor. Representing the defense is Ms. Linda Corley. The first document I'm looking at here is entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference that alleges to have both Ms. Acosta's and Ms. Corley's signature. Ms. Acosta, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Ms. Corley, as attorney for Ms. Acosta, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
The next document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, which is marked, quote, is an adjudication of guilt following a deferred adjudication, and the defendant has a limited right of appeal. And this also is allegedly signed by both Ms. Acosta and Ms. Corley. Is this your signature on this document, Ms. Acosta?
Yes, sir, it is.
And Ms. Corley, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Representing the Bexar County CSCD is Ms. Susan Gross, who I will swear in at this time. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. And Ms. Corley, my understanding is this is an uncontested motion to revoke probation. Would that be accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Acosta, in clause 618100 on the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Just say true, Stephanie.
All right.
True.
Court accepts the plea of true. Ms. Gross, would you please advise the court and the parties of the status of Ms. Acosta's probation at this time?
Yes, sir. Ms. Acosta's reporting has been good. We last saw her on May the 12th of 2021. She has paid $500 towards her fees, has a balance of $797, and is delinquent $14. We have no record of any of her 36 hours community service having been completed. She's currently testing on Smart Start Mobile at 4 times a day. To date, she has 3 skipped tests. She has 1 positive drug test for marijuana, 1 failure to submit to drug testing, and 1 diluted drug testing. She has completed the victim impact panel, and we have no proof of completion of the DWI education or CATSNP programs. As for her criminal history, she has a prior arrest for injury to the elderly with bodily injury, theft 50 to 500, another theft 50 to 500, and then the instant offense. This is her first violation report, first MTR. Her officer is recommending that she be placed on weekly drug testing and that she be enrolled in all programs within 10 days. And at this time, I do have proof that she is enrolled in DWI education and CATSNP.
Okay. Hey, Ms. Acosta, how many classes have you gone to at the CATSNP program so far?
I haven't started that one. I already enrolled and registered, and that class will start on the 29th of this month.
Okay, good answer. What about DWI education? Where are you at on that one?
On that one, I was supposed to start the 9th, but then I got on house arrest. I got locked up. I came out. I got on house arrest. That one is going to start on Monday, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
If I test you with a urinalysis test today, you're going to come up positive for marijuana or something else colorful?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I'm
That-
positive.
That your life? That's 6 months in jail?
No, sir. I'm not trying to.
Are we going to have any more marijuana problems, ma'am?
No, sir.
Are we going to have any more fail to show up for your urinalysis test problems?
No, sir.
Did Miss Corley tell you how mean I was and that I would put you in jail if you gave me a chance?
Yes.
Yes,
Fine
sir.
job. Fine job, Miss Corley. I knew I could count on you. All right, state recommendation.
Weekly UAs, Judge.
And Judge, we requested if you would allow her to at least test bi-weekly. I do not believe she's going to. I have had a long conversation with her, Judge, and I do think that she will be clean if you test her today and that you won't have any more problems with her. She's just got on probation in February, and she is on the road to getting everything quickly on track.
Is she still on a Smart Start mobile
Yes.
device? Is that correct?
She is, Judge.
And she's
And-
going
and-
4 times a day?
Yes, Judge. And also, she's on GPS house arrest, and so we're hoping you would release her from that today as well. And if you would waive those fees, I don't know if she's already paid.
All right. And Susan, let me take me back here. Basically, our biggest issue is we were positive for marijuana and we've been skipping some tests, but not that many. Does that sound right?
Yes, and the failure to show up for drug testing. So as long as we can get the drug testing issue taken care of, everything else is in line. And then she also needs to get going on her community service.
So Ms.
Yes.
Corley and Ms. Acosta are telling us that they've resolved all those little problems. Is that not correct, Ms. Corley?
Yes, Your Honor, and I do want to bring to the court's attention that although there are 3 tests on the Smart Start mobile that were missed, she has had 434 clean tests since
Okay.
she started in February.
Ms. Acosta, I'm calling 618-100 on the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. I deny the state's motion to revoke your deferred adjudication probation order. You continued on deferred adjudication probation with all prior requirements and no sanction at this time, although I have the authority to put you in jail for 30 days to get your attention. Will that be necessary?
No, sir.
Do I have your attention?
Yes, sir.
All right, all working. I'm going to alter and amend conditions, adding weekly UAs. If you show me 4 clean weekly UAs in a row, I'll take you off of that and you'll go back on monthly. Is that okay with you, Linda?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
And then I want substantial compliance in all other areas of your probation within 10 days. And I think you're actually doing that. Ms. Gross, is there anything else we need to, if she's already hooked up with CATSNP and she's doing the DWI ed, what else does she need to do for us?
She just needs to get with her officer to get a referral for community service and get going on that.
All right. So get that going within 10 days and everybody will be happy. And we're going to amend any pretrial bond conditions that obviously I ordered, GPS or bond increases or any of that stuff. That's all going away.
Thank you,
So,
Judge.
Shirley, what else do we need to talk about? Or are we good?
I think that takes care of it all, Your Honor. Thank you.
State, I missed anything?
You got it all, Judge.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Acosta. Thank you, Ms. Corley.
Thank you, Judge. Stephanie, I'll call you later today.
Miss
Okay.
Acosta, Miss Acosta,
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
your officer will be emailing you amended conditions within 24 hours that you will need to sign. So be on the lookout for that email and then just touch base with your officer and see if Miss Minez has any further instructions for you, okay?
Is that gonna stay my officer, Miss Minez?
Yes,
Okay.
okay, but it'll be probably tomorrow before you hear from her because we have hearings all day. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get that email to her, letting her know to send it to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Stephanie, if you don't receive that email by Monday, let me know so I can check in on it.
Okay.
Okay,
And then as far as GPS, do I call them or just wait?
Call them. Let
Okay.
them know the judge removed it and you can schedule to have it removed. I'm sorry, Judge. We'll let you go
Okay.
now.
All right. Thank you.
Your,
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Uh-huh.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your
Where are
Honor,
we?
we, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We've got the interpreter here, Your Honor, so we need to implement the interpretation function. So I don't know, Norma, do you want to explain what everybody needs to do?
Yes. Once you activate it, Pat, everybody will see a icon at the bottom. It's like a little globe. They click on that and they're going to select English, except for the defendant. The defendant, I don't know if he's in custody or the courtroom.
No, he is not. He is, it is Joel Islas Lopez.
Lopez. Okay. I'm going to address him, if you don't mind, Judge,
Sure.
to give him some instructions. Okay. Señor Islas López, ¿me escucha?
Sí,
Ok. ¿Está usted usando computadora
Okay, are we
o
ready to
teléfono?
proceed?
teléfono.
Not yet. She's
Okay.
talking to him.
En
Your
su
Honor.
teléfono va a haber 3 puntitos
She's telling him
y
how to,
presione ahí y seleccione español para que pueda escuchar todo en español. ¿Sí los ve?
to make sure that.
No, no los veo yo.
¿Está usando un iPhone o Android?
iPhone.
iPhone, ok. Entonces toque la pantalla y va a haber 3 puntitos que van a decir more o más.
Ujú, ya lo tengo.
Ok,
Tengo
entonces
un-
presiónele ahí y le va a salir language o interpretation y después le va a decir español. Usted seleccione español. Dígame cuando lo vea antes de presionar.
Ya lo tengo.
Ok, ahora presione. Ok. Ok, Pat, he selected Spanish. Okay, so I'm going to test the sound.
Sí. Sí.
Correct.
No lo escucho.
Are we ready to proceed? This is cause 633-662, State of Texas versus Joel Islas Lopez,
No.
represented by Mr. Johnny Cisneros. The first document, well, what this is a motion to revoke community supervision. The first document I'm looking at alleges to have both Mr. Lopez and Mr. Cisneros signatures on it, is in English, and it's entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference. Mr. Lopez, is this your signature on this document? Sir?
¿Es su firma?
Sí, sí, es mi firma.
Vete al otro cuarto, por favor.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I am moving him to another room. Your Honor, I am moving him to another room.
What do we need to do, Norma?
I moved him already. I'm already in English and he's in Spanish in another room. Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, Judge, he is in another room already. He has a cell phone and I'm on my computer.
What Norma is telling me is that apparently when she's speaking Spanish to Mr. Lopez, he can't understand you. Is that correct, Norma?
Go see what the problem is, please.
Johnny, obviously you speak Spanish. Perhaps if you bring Mr. Lopez into the same room with you with your desk computer, and Norma will just talk to y'all in Spanish, you'll know what she's saying, and you can just answer in English or Spanish.
Okay, as
You'd
long as-
rather, we'll do it that way.
Disculpe, no se lo oigo la señal.
Norma, can you interpret back for Johnny Cisneros also? You'll be interpreting for both of them?
Sí,
Señor Islas López, ¿me escucha en
sí lo
español?
escucho.
Okay, now you go to another room and don't touch the screen, please.
Ok.
If anybody knows how to work this so it'll work, I'm happy to go along with your idea. Norma, how do you want to do it? Okay, so is Mr. Lopez in the same office with Mr. Cisneros at this time?
No, sir, Your Honor.
He's still on his cell phone in a different room,
Yes, sir, I moved him again.
but he's able to communicate with you, Norma. Is that correct? All right, then let's proceed. Let me start over. In clause 633662, State of Texas versus Joel Islas Lopez. This is a motion to revoke community supervision. The first document I need Mr. Lopez and Mr. Cisneros to identify their signature on is entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearings by Video Conference, and this document is in English. Mr. Lopez, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Your Honor, is it possible that we just let him interpret? We can get him off Zoom on his own, on his phone, and she can just speak to him in Spanish, and he can hear me, he can hear the interpreter from my monitor.
I think it will work. We haven't done this before, but I think it will work if Mr. Lopez comes off of his cell phone and comes into your office and is next to you, and we can see both of you on the TV camera. And Norma's going to basically be talking to both of you in Spanish. And then Johnny, you can answer in English because I can, obviously hear you on the monitor. Will that work, Norma? Okay.
Well, okay. My suggestion, Your Honor, is that let's just do it all in English. Norma can be speaking to us in English, and even though he's in my office, she can speak to him in Spanish. We can do it all in English on my monitor.
Will that work, Norma?
Ponlo otra vez que. No.
Norma, one more time, please try to talk to Mr. Lopez on his cell phone. And thank you. It was working originally.
Norma, can you speak to him and see, because I brought him into my office.
Okay. Señor Islas López, usted ya tiene la función. Oigo mi voz, usted me
Sí.
puede escuchar.
Sí,
¿Y por qué no me contestó cuando estaba en el otro cuarto?
porque no la escuchaba. No la escuchaba.
So what he's saying is that he couldn't hear me when he went to the other room. I don't know if he lost signal or something.
So what I'm going to do, Your Honor, I'm going to keep him in my room. I'm just going to have him lower the volume on his phone and to just have the phone to his ear so he can be listening to the interpretation, but it won't be interfering with my listening to what you're saying, Your Honor.
As long as he can understand what Norma's saying, and you understand what they're saying, and I can get it interpreted, we're all good, I think. Does that work, Norma? Okay. So as we speak, is Mr. Lopez in your office right now, Johnny, or is he still next door in another room?
He's in my office, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if you can converse with Mr. Lopez under the circumstances we currently have.
Sí, perfectamente. Sí.
Okay. Back on the record on 633-662. And I think we've established that both Mr. Lopez and his attorney, Mr. Cisneros, have signed the defendant's consent to motion to revoke hearing by video conference. Is that correct, Mr. Cisneros?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Now, we do not have, although I think we need, a defendant's consent to motion to revoke hearing by video conference in Spanish at some future point. For whatever reason, we're not using one now. So Pat, at some point, let's whip one up. But for right now, Mr. Cisneros, is it
Yes.
clear to you that your client, Mr. Lopez, understands what he is consenting to have this hearing by video conference, even though we don't have one of these documents in Spanish for him?
He understands, Your Honor.
All right, great. All right, Mr. Lopez and Mr. Cisneros, the next document I'm looking at is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, which is marked, quote, is a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has the right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. And this also says it has Mr. Lopez's signature and Mr. Cisneros' signature. Mr. Lopez, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Sí.
And Mr. Lopez, actually, there is also a document in Spanish. So I have two of your signatures, one on the English version of the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal and one on the Spanish version. Is this your signature on both those documents, sir?
Sí.
Thank you. And Mr. Cisneros, I assume this is also your signature on both those documents.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. May the record reflect that the CSCD supervisor, Ms. Susan Gross, has been previously sworn. I remind her she is still under oath. Mr. Cisneros, my understanding is this is an uncontested motion to revoke probation. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you. Mr. Lopez, on the motion to revoke community supervision, how do you plead?
Culpable.
No, es cierto.
Cierto.
Okay, Ms. Gross, would you please advise the court and the parties of the status of Mr. Lopez's probation?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lopez has been reporting as directed. We last saw him on June 9th of 2021. His case is paid in full. We have no record of any of his 48 hours of community service having been completed. He is currently testing on Smart Start Mobile at 4 times per day. And to date, he has missed only 3 tests. He has no high BRAC. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you need me to repeat any of that? Okay. Okay. He is currently testing on Smart Start Mobile at 4 times per day. He has had 3 skips and no high BRACs. He has had 1 positive drug test for marijuana, 1 negative drug test. He has completed DWI education, victim impact panel, and we have no proof of enrollment or completion of CAT-SNP. He has no criminal history, and his officer is recommending weekly drug testing and that he shows substantial compliance within 30 days.
Mr. Cisneros, what is the status of Mr. Lopez with regard to the CAT-SNP outpatient drug program?
Your Honor, he's already taken the classes. He started already. He's taken them it's once a week, 2 hours per class, and there's 8 classes. He's already enrolled and taking classes. He's already doing that.
Okay.
The community service hours, Your Honor, he would like permission from the court just to pay him, if that's okay with his honor. And we can pay those pretty soon. And like they just said, he's finished his other classes, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Lopez, are we gonna stop smoking marijuana with our buddies?
Sí, claro que sí. No volverá a pasar.
And I guess just to be, and we're gonna stop smoking marijuana by ourselves too, I guess.
Y también dejar de fumar marihuana sola.
Claro que sí.
If I give you a urinalysis test today, are you gonna test positive for marijuana?
El día de hoy, ¿usted saldría positivo de marihuana?
No.
Okay. State recommendation, please.
Along with probation, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, in cause 633662. Court accepts your plea of true to all conditions on the motion to revoke community supervision. I deny the state's motion to revoke your community supervision. Order you continued on community supervision with no sanction at this time, although I have the authority to put you in jail for 30 days to get your attention. Is that going to be necessary, sir?
Ok.
No. No, di que no es necesario que te meta a la cárcel por 30 días.
No estoy de acuerdo que me meta a la
No,
cárcel.
no de acuerdo, que no es
No
necesario.
es necesario.
All right, sir. Thank you. I'm going to add weekly UAs. Johnny, once he shows me 4 clean weekly UAs, I'll take him off the weekly and put him back on monthly again.
Your Honor, if I may argue that point.
Sure.
Judge, I had a long conversation with him when he first came and hired me on this thing, and literally, I had him in tears, thinking and letting him know how serious this is, and about smoking marijuana and not taking the SMART test, and I'll address those in a second. I don't think we're gonna need the weekly UAs or anything like that, Your Honor. It's just he owns a swimming pool business, and it's gonna just take away from him to do that. And you know, they have to lay the concrete and all that stuff, and it just takes. It'll just mess up his business. If he continues on this monthly, I think it's sufficient. And I know, Your Honor, as you know, I've been a lawyer probably as long as you have. And I can tell when my people are being honest with me. And this gentleman is being very, very frank with me. And like I mentioned, he was literally in tears. I don't think we'll see him again. So, I mean, if that's what you like, that's okay. I would just hate for him to be missing work because he's the owner of the business and it could affect him in a very negative way.
I'm not trying to be mean to Mr. Lopez, but I'm doing the same thing to him I do to anybody that gets caught smoking marijuana while they're on our probation.
Okay.
It shows me 4 clean UAs. I get that warm, fuzzy feeling he's really not smoking marijuana. But the only way I can do that is a weekly UA. And I think, Susan, don't they have several hours to get down there and give a UA when they're told to go?
Yes, he'll call in on the telephone every day, Monday through Friday. It will tell him when he has to go. And as long as he is there by 4 p.m., I believe, then it'll be fine. But he has to call by, I believe, 9:59 a.m.
All right. So, Johnny, that's what we're doing. But once again, if he shows us 4 weeks of clean UAs, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll put him back on monthly. No hard feelings. It's just business. But I'm not trying to be mean to Mr. Lopez. We do that to everybody that comes up positive on marijuana. So that's just.
And I would never ask you to treat anybody differently, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
So,
I have one more request, if I may.
Sure.
Well, first, I'd like to address the skip test. They're not skip tests per se. They are as far as legally, but a lot of times he forgets because he's working on the pools. So, but I'll try to get him to be a little bit more astute as to the hours and the times that he needs to blow. And I have a request, if you can please remove the GPS that was ordered, please.
Yeah, we're going to remove that for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lopez, you missed some blows. It's not really a really high amount. Just try to remember what you're doing. You're on probation, just blow in the machine. You have a 2-hour window each time you're supposed to blow in the machine. You should have plenty of time to blow in the machine no matter what else you're doing, okay? So I'm not punishing you for that. I'm just warning you that if we don't need any more skips, we'll be fine. Fair enough? Thank you, sir. All right. I want substantial compliance in all other areas within 30 days. He's welcome to donate $10 an hour for community service to a court charity. which are primarily special operations, wounded warrior organization, or a family violence prevention organization. I think Pat has a list, if you'd like a list of the ones that we use.
Yes, Your
The
Honor. Pat, if
officer
you
can
can,
give him a list.
Pat, if you can just fax it to my office, please, so I can give it to him right now.
I
And then we're going to,
to do that since I'm not at the office.
Okay,
He can get the list from his officer.
okay, thank you.
and then we're going to remove all those bad things I did to him on pre-trial bond conditions. Fair enough?
Fair enough, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. You got any questions, Mr. Lopez? Are we good?
No, es todo.
All right, sir. Good luck. Thank you, Johnny. Y'all are dismissed.
No,
Thank you,
not
everybody.
yet.
Stay healthy.
Not yet. Don't go anywhere.
Oh,
Mr. Lopez.
no puedes colgar todavía.
You will receive an email from your officer in the next 24 hours containing your amended conditions. You need to sign those and touch base with her for any further instructions, okay?
Sí, okay.
Okay. If you don't hear from her, then you need to call her about 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Sí.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you all.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir. Take care. All
Bye.
right, Pat, who else have we got ready to go? Alice, are you ready to go?
We've got Brittany Morris with Alice Barton, and we also, you need to sign the conditions for the prisoners. I mean, the paperwork for the prisoners ready.
Have we got another prisoner yet? We got Miss Howard.
Yes, Ms. Howard's here, but you have not signed the paperwork on either prisoner.
I have not.
You have not, but you've got Miss Warburton here and Brittany, you do have that paperwork.
All right, well, let me take 2 minutes and sign this paperwork. Let me
Okay.
go off camera. for a
Judge?
minute.
Judge, Norma's asking if she can be dismissed.
Yes, you may. Thanks so much, Norma. Appreciate your help.
Alice, I tried.
Pat, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I tried to see if we could get yours done since he had the paperwork already, but
Oh, Pat, don't you worry. You've never done anything. You've never done anything wrong in your life, Pat.
that's not true. Trust me.
How are
Trust
you
me.
doing? How are you doing?
I am so overwhelmed. You have no clue.
Oh, Pat,
But I think all the coordinators are that way right now.
I do not envy you.
It is really bad.
I don't envy you. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I would not trade places with you.
it's only going to be a couple of more months, I think. So it'll be
We're all going to get the hang of this, I think. I mean, this going back. I mean, I feel like we finally all got the hang of Zoom, and now it's going back. You know what I think too? I think a lot of defense attorneys